The physician calmly looked at the worried patriarch and spoke in a reassuring tone. You don't need to worry too much. His condition is stable now. Although there are still slight traces of poison left inside his body, it is no longer life-threatening. He then continued explaining the recovery. If his body recovers quickly, it may take about a month. Otherwise, at most 1.5 months for the remaining poison to completely leave his body. The physician sighed in disbelief. To survive after consuming blood mushroom venom, he is truly blessed by the heavens. Most people would have died instantly. But inside the room, the person lying on the bed was thinking something completely different. What? That was blood mushroom venom? He was completely speechless. In his mind, an image appeared, a grilled blood mushroom. Blood mushroom venom was famous for its deadly toxicity. But strangely enough, when it was grilled, its taste became richer and its aroma became incredibly delicious. It was extremely rare and very difficult to find. Because of that, it was considered a precious delicacy. For him, it used to be nothing more than a rare snack he occasionally enjoyed. And now, I almost died because of that? Tears almost formed in his eyes. All my life, people were the ones begging me to spare their lives. And now I almost had to beg for my life because of a stupid mushroom? His pride simply couldn't accept it. No way. I refuse to die because of a mere snack. Outside the room, the patriarch continued speaking with the physician. But there is something I don't understand. What did you mean when you said the young master begged you to spare his life? The physician slowly nodded. That is exactly what I heard. Honestly, I wouldn't have believed it myself if I hadn't heard it personally. Then he explained something strange. The young master felt different from usual. He didn't even recognize me. The patriarch's expression immediately turned serious. He couldn't recognize you? The physician continued carefully. There is a possibility that the poison affected his brain. In some cases, people lose their memories after severe poisoning. It's also common for their personality and the way they speak to change. The patriarch fell silent, clearly worried. Meanwhile, outside the residence, 2 young men were approaching the building. One of them was extremely drunk and struggling to walk. Shut up. I'm fine. The other man tried to support him. That's why I told you not to drink so much wine. But the drunk man only sneered. More importantly, is that bastard still alive? It seems like he's asleep. The drunk man burst into laughter. Haha. That lunatic can sleep at a time like this? Looks like he's going to live much longer than all of us. Inside the room, the person lying on the bed quietly observed everything. The eldest son of this family nearly died. Yet only 3 people came to visit him. He slowly raised his hands and looked at them. This body belongs to the Heavenly Grand Archive's eldest young master. A man named Beom Hang. Someone who desperately wanted to die. Then another question filled his mind. How exactly did my soul end up inside this body? For now, he only had one priority. First, I need to recover this body enough so I can move it freely. At that moment, a young maid suddenly leaned very close to his face. Startled, she quickly stepped back. My apologies, young master. There was something on your chin. He looked at her with slight annoyance. Your face was way too close. Do you have bad eyesight? But internally, he was shocked. How did I fail to detect someone entering the room? In my original body, I could sense even crawling insects within 50 meters. The maid looked at him curiously. What is your name? He asked.
I'm Songfa.
Then she hesitated before asking carefully. Did the poison really damage your head, young master? Trying to understand the current world, he asked another question. Who is the current Murim Alliance leader? The maid answered immediately. The Alliance leader? Well, people say he's basically a pig. A huge pig. They say he's so fat that the fat on his cheeks keeps his eyes closed all the time. She continued speaking without hesitation. And there's even a ridiculous rumor that he killed the Sword Saint half a year ago. The man lying on the bed suddenly froze. His head started to ache. How could someone talk so badly about another person behind their back? Then he suddenly shouted out loud. He has great presence. Isn't he a great and amazing person who works hard to maintain peace and order in the martial world? The maid looked at him in confusion, because the person she had just insulted was actually the soul currently inside this body. 10 days later, his condition had improved significantly. But that night, something strange happened. Suddenly, he began shouting in his sleep. "I'll kill you, you crazy bastard. How dare you die just like that?" Outside the room, the patriarch and the physician heard the scream and rushed in. The patriarch's eyes widened in shock. "Did you hear that? He didn't say he wants to die, right?" The physician's eyes filled with tears. "Yes, I definitely heard it. He said he would kill someone else." The patriarch couldn't hold back his emotions. There are no better words he could have said than this. For the first time in a long time, the young master who always wished for death had finally shown the will to live. The protagonist's mind was filled with confusion and fear. Did it just become impossible for me to return to my own body? A quiet sob escaped him. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo-hoo. But even with that painful realization, he clenched his fists and forced himself to stand strong. "But I still can't give up just like this." With determination burning in his eyes, he called out to his attendant. "Songhwa, let's train." The sudden order shocked the attendant. "Yes." Meanwhile, somewhere else in the Heavenly Grand Archive, shocking news had reached the elder. "What did you just say?" "Beom Hang is doing push-ups." The subordinate nervously nodded. "It's true. The first young master has been working very hard in physical training for a few days now." He continued explaining what he had witnessed. At first, his arms were trembling, and he kept falling onto the ground. But now he's able to do up to 7 push-ups, and he's continuing to improve every single day. The elder stared at him with disbelief. "I really don't understand what you're saying. But why are you only reporting this now?" The subordinate bowed his head apologetically. "My apologies. Since his body condition was always in a bad shape, I thought he would stop training in no time." But he kept going. Not only has he been doing squats and horse stances recently, he has even begun doing splits. "What?" The elder slowly leaned back, deep in thought. "I know my eldest grandson's body condition better than anyone. For him, even breathing is a strenuous exercise." But the subordinate wasn't finished yet. "That's not the only strange thing. It seems he's been requesting meals, and he's eating quite a lot. He also drinks more than a bucket of water every day and has been training his body for several days straight." Hearing this, the elder's expression darkened. "I think it can't be." "Yes. It's the same as a year ago. 1 year ago, Beom Hang suddenly changed. He started acting cheerful, eating properly, even taking strolls with a smile on his face. It was as if he had started a brand new life." The elder paused, remembering the horrifying truth. However, when everyone finally let their guard down, he tried to hang himself. The subordinate's face turned pale. "I'm sure he's training this hard so that he can end his life instantly. We mustn't let him become any stronger than this. We must stop him." At that moment, Beom Hang was seen training intensely. His body trembled as he forced himself to stretch further and further. "I still don't remember anything." A shocked voice suddenly echoed nearby. "What's wrong? Are you trying to split your legs right now?" "Yes. I can't waste a single second. My current body is soft, just like porridge." The elder looked at him carefully before asking, "What do you intend to do from now on?" "First, I'll train my body, but there are still too many things I don't know, and too many things I have to do." Then he suddenly looked directly at the elder. "I have something to say. Beom Hang died." What do you mean by that?" "The Heavenly Grand Archive's first young master, Beom Hang, is dead. Since he's dead, he can't be any more dead." The elder's eyes widened. "Who are you?" Calm yet terrifying answer followed. "I am the world's strongest man." Later that night, in a tavern, two brothers were drinking together. Stop ruining the taste of the wine and just keep pouring more for me. But I'm curious about something. You've been quite busy lately, going somewhere every morning. A mocking smile appeared. Do you really think that bastard lost his memories? Do you really think he's training to become healthier? It's been a while since he became a demon. Only his death will bring peace to everyone. Those words caused the younger brother to slam the table. Please just talk to Big Brother instead of acting like this. Shut up. Didn't I tell you? I'd kill you myself if you called him that again. You're scared of Big Brother, aren't you? You brat. I'll show it to you then. I'll rip off that mask of his.